Ooh, Crimson's back, baby. And we finally got ourselves some brand new footage from the PlayStation 5 2020 showcase. And man, it has been about time since we got some damn information on what Sony is doing with this console, man. And we finally got some more gameplay showing. I got some stuff playing in the background here. I don't got no sound. I couldn't figure that shit out, but I wanted to talk about this because you know what? What I've been asking people in my day-to-day, they're torn. They don't know what to do anymore. Some of them are on the Xbox. They're going for Microsoft. So they don't even know why. And some of them are sticking with PlayStation. I've had so many different opinions. And I really enjoy listening to what other people have to think. And you know what? I'm going to say my piece here on some of the major titles that they've shown at this conference. Let me skip up here really quick. Because you know what? They get straight into it. Actually, shit, it starts straight now. They start off with a surprise to me. Final Fantasy 16. Okay? Now, what the hell is up with Square Enix changing the gameplay again? They do this every game. And that's what makes it so difficult to like every one of them. Because they always do some nonsense at one point in time or another. It's always... The graphics are always stellar. Okay? Admittedly, I thought this was like Dragon's Dogma 2 or something like that. From the way it looked. The graphics engine changed up a little bit. It looks very different to some of the other Final Fantasies. And if it wasn't for Titan showing up there, you wouldn't have known. And Shiva there. You wouldn't have known this damn thing was Final Fantasy. Okay? Let's just say that. But the graphics have always been good. The music has always been amazing in these games. It is the story and the gameplay that just leaves people completely baffled sometimes. It's never the same thing, you know? And because you got so many different things that they do in these titles, you don't know. You could like the story and hate the gameplay, or you could hate the gameplay and like the story. There's almost like no winning here, okay? That was the problem. That was the problem for Final Fantasy 15. It turns out I actually liked the gameplay. For whatever it was. I took it as it was. And I enjoyed it. The story sucked. It sucked. And if I had Zephyr here, he'd tell you the same damn thing. He couldn't stop tearing that game apart. But let me take a little step back here. Hold on a second. Look at this. Okay, look at this combat, man. This is a hack and slash game. I don't care what anybody says. This dude just pulled out angel wings. Look at this. He's got aerial combos. It looks like a mix of Kingdom Hearts. And by God, I'll even... This looked like Devil May Cry 2. Shit. Like, look at this, man. This is Final Fantasy. And notice something here. Not once did it show... Like, I know it's early footage gameplay, but they didn't show off no party members. We normally always get a sense of what the combat's going to be like with multiple people, multiple classes. Is this going to be like a Lightning Returns kind of thing where one guy is just, he could just do it all? Who the hell knows? But holy Christ, man. It's so, that conflicts me big time. You know, it looks good. It looks good, but dude, we have to start going to other game companies and other game studios just to get a solid turn-based strategy game again. You know, I'm all for innovation, but Final Fantasy has done this shit 16 times now. Okay? It just has. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. And I've noticed too, for whatever reason, they're showing off some of these games at the PlayStation 5 showcase, but some of them also have like these small little titles that say that they're also going to be on PC at launch. I don't know why they're doing that, but hey, it is what it is. But I'll finish off by saying Final Fantasy 16, if it wasn't for the gods here, the summons that are so iconic to the franchise, you wouldn't know this thing was Final Fantasy. You just wouldn't. You really wouldn't. But anyway, and the kid's name is Joshua. Joshua. Probably the most normal sounding name I've ever heard in a Final Fantasy game. And it's a white name at that. Anyway. All right. Let me continue here. Hold on. And the next up on the list, to my surprise, was them showing off gameplay of Miles Morales. Which surprised the hell out of me. I'm surprised they didn't just dive right into the fighting and whatnot. You know, at this point, you could tell they're trying to show off the power of the PlayStation 5 because he's walking through this market and like the reflections on the floor, like look at this. That's gotta be like the ray tracing technology in there because those reflections look ridiculously good. Oh my god! But that's not what intrigued me the most. I said, hurry this shit up when I was watching it. I couldn't believe it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I laughed my ass off when the Final Fantasy 16 trailer showed the dude get his head chopped off and the blood squirted everywhere. Was not expecting that. Let me know what you thought when you seen that shit for the first time. Anyway, back to SpiderMan. This is what took me by surprise, man. He's intervening, and I'm guessing this is going to be the first section, or maybe it's not the first section of combat, but definitely to the part of the game where he's got most of his powers. And oh my gosh, man, it took me back. We're just going to let it play out for a minute here. But with the inclusion of his electric powers, it looked wild. Like there's so much variation in the combat. He's got charging moves. He's got the agility of like Spider-Man from the first game, but he's got like his own animations and shit. Like, look at this. Oh my god, man. I couldn't believe it. It looked so gorgeous too in the demo. Like, my god. And of course, they come back with the sweet ass looking oh my god. Unbelievable. It's so flashy now, pun intended. But goodness me, man. It looked incredibly fun. And it's not to say the original Marvel Spider-Man game that came out was boring in any sense of the word. No, it really wasn't. But it didn't look like this. Not in motion. This looked insane, man. Oh my god. I can't wait to see what that looks like in person. And this part was easily one of the coolest. This is like one of the coolest finishers right here, man. That shit looks so good. Oh my god. Woo! I had to replay that. Multiple times. I could not get over how cool that looked. I love that in Spider-Man, what they brought there. The cinematic finishers were very fluid, but how cinematic they looked. The camera worked. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. And I want to point out too that while I was watching this demo, unlike the Marvel's Avengers showcase at E3, that should have been a massive, a big title that made you go, oh my gosh. I got nothing from that. Watching this, I was excited, man. I was sitting at the table just watching it on my laptop, and man, I was freaking out. I was really enjoying just watching the demo play out, And that's very uncommon for some of these games coming out now. It seems like a very difficult thing to do. And this is straight from the fucking Spider-Man movie too, which was pretty funny. When he tries to piece the bridge together and he's like holding it back. That was very reminiscent of Peter Parker holding the boat together. But this whole superhero sequence, man, Insomniac just knows what to do. They just know what to do. It was so well choreographed. It really was. And oh my god, when he starts fighting, they start playing the hip hop music and shit in the back. What else do you say to that? What else do you say? Oh my lord, man. Oh my lord. You know what? I actually did take down some notes this time. But yeah, I honestly think it looks better than playing as Peter Parker in his own game. Once you get to the electric abilities, when you can see what you can do with the invisibility and all that kind of stuff, seeing that in motion, it sold me, man. And this isn't, they did come out and say that it's not a sequel, it's an expansion of sorts, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I can dig that. It looks like it's going to be one hell of an expansion, if you ask me. And now we got Hogwarts Legacy. Man, the last Harry Potter game I played, you were flying around this damn owl. Harry was chalking dudes up with magical spells and whatnot in third-person action. It was not very good, or at least I don't remember it being very good. And just to put into perspective how long ago that was, this is when you could rent movies and games at like Blockbuster and Rogers. Okay? That's how long ago this was. Well, that's the last time I played a Harry Potter game. Okay? Now, this seems like you're going to be making your own character, which is kind of cool. I thought it was an MMO. Like, I thought it was giving off the vibe of an MMO. Apparently, it may just be a single-player game. Who knows? It might have an online component. There's a lot of speculation here. But, you know, I like the world of Harry Potter, man. I like the world of Harry Potter. And if they do this RPG well, and they focus on the right things, this could be really cool. But we don't know what the hell it is. We don't know anything about the gameplay. The graphics seem like they're going to be pretty decent. But again, we need to see more before we can come up with anything concrete in terms of how we feel about the game. Okay, then we got Call of Duty. Oh my god. As much as I don't want to talk about this shit, what matters is the multiplayer. Okay? And what they decided to show here was a scene from the single player. Okay? Now, I know there are people out there who really enjoy the COD campaigns. And I've seen some crazy people even come out here and state, I only buy Call of Duty for the campaign. Unbelievable. That is so ridiculous to me. These would be the same people that will come out and say, well, you know what? If an RPG only has 40 hours of gameplay, it's a waste of time and money. That's a waste of time and money. I should be getting more content. They're gonna buy COD for like $70 US. Now, if you translate with the taxes, $100 Canadian for a 5-hour campaign in Call of Duty. Are you serious? And let me tell you something. Same ordeal here. It looks like every other Call of Duty game out there. It just does. You know, the one thing I can take from this is that I really enjoyed the sound design. Okay, I pay attention to a lot of aspects of these games, and sound design is one of those things. I really enjoyed listening to how they created the scene with very impactful gunshots. You know, you're wading through the mud. You know, every time you lift up the gun, you can hear the click of like you can hear the rubbing of your leather jacket. You know, the clinking of like the metal strapping or like little things like that. The rain on the visor. I love things like that. Okay, especially because I buy good headphones to help me get more immersed in these games that I'm playing, and all that stuff are investments that are worthwhile, dude. And it sounded fantastic, but that's not why we're here. The sound is also what ruined Modern Warfare. Isn't that hilarious? So, oh my god. Let's just say it's a good thing they're releasing this alpha. You know, if by some chance I can get some gameplay up, that's what I'm gonna do. Because again, I don't buy Call of Duty for single player. It's a bonus when it's good, but it's not the necessary component because it only lasts for so long. And I really enjoyed Modern Warfare's campaign. I did. But again, it's not what held me up. And like they got like some crazy ass executions. I'm wondering if they're going to bring that into the multiplayer, you know, fancy ways to kill your opponents and things like that. Because we're all sick bastards and we all love that stuff. So anyway, that's Call of Duty. It's just standard fare. Like again, it just looks so standard. Like it's just so standard to me. You know what I mean? Like, it goes balls to the wall crazy. You don't even know how or why. It just does. It just does. Like, you'll be in a car, the car will get blown up by a landmine. The car's flipping over, and your guy whips out two bazookas and just starts shooting out the windows, and the rocket propulsion is launching the car in the air. The car's roof rips off, and now he's got like a light machine gun in the glove compartment, and he's like raining down bullets of hell from the sky, tearing things up. And it turns out it's over like a gasoline plant. The gasoline plant blows up, lights up the entire Havana, and that's Call of Duty. Those are Call of Duty campaigns. I like high octane movies. I like high octane stories, but I'll be damned, man. It's the same thing for Call of Duty every time. Enjoyable, but you can't be telling me you're just buying it just for that. No way. No way. And if by some chance that stuff was in the multiplayer, it would still suck. Let's carry on. We got Resident Evil. Woo! Man, oh man. I can't remember if I talked about this or not. But this looks like it has the atmosphere of Resident Evil 4, which there's nothing wrong with that. I never beat it. Alright, I'll just come out and say it. I never beat it. I got really far. I don't think I ever owned the game. I can't remember. But I played enough to know, hey man, like I see what was special about it. I did in fact really love Resident Evil 7, as many of you did too. But the fact that I'm surprised it's still, I'm surprised Ethan's still the main character. They got Mia reading this book. Like, I don't know what the hell that's about. But it's interesting enough that I can't wait to play it. You know? It's got the aesthetic that I'm looking for. It seems like it's going to go, oh man, it looks really cool to me. I don't know, like, are these werewolves in the game? Is that what the new mutation is? Or the new curse? Because that's what it looked like when the guy was transforming in the first trailer, and we've seen a little bit more of it here too, but I just can't pinpoint it for sure. It looks sweet though, and from what they did with Resident Evil 7, they got my money for sure. Deathloop! Oh man. I became a really big fan of Arcane Studios when they released Dishonored. Oh my god, two surprisingly good games. I was in a very small minority who thought the sequel actually did better. There's a lot of people who were kind of disappointed, claimed that it kind of felt the same in a lot of ways, and it did, I guess. But I believe it or not, I still played the game as Corvo in the second game. So I've yet to even do a second playthrough with Emily to see that other half of the story, to see, well, again, the other half of the gameplay. But that's just me, man. I thought both games were fucking fantastic. And to find out they're doing this game in the same light of those other two games, where you're going to have a beautiful freedom of choice with how you tackle missions and the powers and abilities. Like, look, we're seeing this guy run through and do a bunch of shit using his levitating powers, telekinesis, like all this kind of stuff. And the gunplay seems to be revamped as well. Not to say that it was ever bad. The first person combat in those first two games, real nice. You could do everything that you wanted to do, and I played them on console too. So, like the frame rate and everything included, it did a damn good job. Really enjoyed those goddamn games. But one thing that really interested me about this was the fact that this is the second half of the demo that we're seeing, and it seems to me like you're able to prolong this death loop. Like, other characters are also affected in how you die, or if you choose not to kill them in a mission or two. I'm not too sure how it works, to be honest with you. Because we see this scientist guy, he was teleporting around. So I don't know if other characters, aside from you and that other protagonist bounty hunter chick, are going to have the death loop ability. Or if you die, if you have a chance of doing something else. Like, I really don't know how it works, because this second half of the demo claims that he does not die in the first section, like the first half showed. So the story continues on and says, hey, you know what? They're going out to this party, and this party is being hosted by another one of the targets, right? So now it, again, hence the title, like two birds, one stone. The level changes up. In the story, it claims that the scientist was late for the party because he had come to like a scientific revolution or some shit like that. And I'm wondering if these choices affect the mission structure. So him being a scientist, creating a breakthrough of some sort, there was extra security measures in the level that he's playing through now. Is that because you kept the scientist alive? You know, depending on what happens in your game and what doesn't happen. Like Dishonored 2 had that mission where he's, I don't know what it was. He was the mining dude. And you have to sneak through his house, and it's all like derelict, it's broken down, it's in shambles, complete shambles. And this is when you're using the time mirror to jump back and forth between realities, and you're seeing it back in its prime where everything was so alive and well. And if you choose to knock him out before he goes to this meeting, when you go back to the future, the mansion is fully restored and he's alive in the current day. So you altered the past, which rippled through to the future. Some really cool stuff. So I'm wondering if that's how this is going to go. So in this mansion, you're now sneaking around a hostile zone that was completely empty before, you know, because of the changes you made. So you had to sneak your way out, and you had different shortcuts, different areas to go to, different things to loot. Really freaking sweet stuff. Like, now that I'm talking about it, oh my goodness, I got to go back to the game. I really do. But it seems really that that's what Deathloop is going to do here with their target system, with the Deathloop system. Hey, you go back, you do things differently, but this time, you know, you can line your targets up together, and the story is going to play along with that, it seems. But one thing I also have to wonder is if, okay, you do all this, but you still got you still got the other character to play, right? The person who's going to be your nemesis. Is that person going to be a real life player, or is the AI strictly in charge of that? I don't know, man. That to me is the confusing part, because they put this idea that you're always going to be hunted. But by who? Because the last thing you need is, for one, it's like a double-edged sword. You don't want some dude who's really good at the goddamn game to come in and decimate everyone online so they can't progress, or however the system works in the game. But you don't want the AI to be, like an aimbot or some shit like that, where you can't do anything anyway because the accuracy is amazing. They always know where you are, things like that. I don't know, but I'm still interested in the game, man. I'm still interested in the game. It looks so goddamn cool. And again, it's made by Arcane. I can't fault that, man. I love it. I love those two games. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Zephyr, if you're watching, I know this is all you, man. I thought at first you could play as Virgil in the first time around, but no, man. I guess he was just a special surprise at the end of the game. I never beat it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I know he's gonna get. Oh my god, I know he's gonna get a kick out of this if he hasn't seen it already. Ideally, he looks really. Yeah, ideally, like, his gameplay looks pretty friggin' nuts. Like, oh my god, Devil May Cry is just crazy to play. Anyway, probably one of the craziest hack and slash games I've ever touched. But hey, it's all in good fun. Really good stuff. But I don't have anything else to say on that. I don't have anything to say on Oddworld either, which is another one. And Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. Anyway. Big surprise here. I thought... I never liked Demon Souls. I never liked Demon Souls. There was something about it that was just so janky. The mechanics were just garbage. I could not get a handle on it. The difficulty was the least of the problems for me. For whatever reason, I was like, okay, the game is hard, but the controls suck ass. And I did not like the grinding system, like the idea that you had to grind for health items. I don't like that in games. I never have. I didn't have, or maybe I didn't have the patience for it back then. Things are going to change this time around because this demo actually took me back. It took me back because I thought this was going to be a remake. It is not. Or sorry, a remaster. It's not. It's a full-on remake, man. Like, the animations have changed. The graphics look unbelievable. Oh, my God. And again, the sound design. Oh, my God. I just sat there. I sat there so quietly just listening. And, you know, these games are built upon the whole spectrum of the visuals, the great art direction, the music, and, yeah, the idea that you have to be ready for anything at any time. And good sound direction it helps you with that kind of stuff. And that's what this demo had. But it really didn't have me until, well, I'm sorry. All this was fine and dandy. I'm looking at this going, oh my God, the lighting effects are absolutely beautiful. All the attack animations look different. Again, it's still being redone by a different company. And I know Blue Point Games has done many remasters in the past, but these games have a certain feel to them. And if it feels more like the modern day, like Dark Souls, like Dark Souls 3, then I could be very happy with that. But I'm willing to give this game a chance because, yeah, it looks like a lot of work has went into it. And it wasn't until this part here where you fight the first boss of the game, the complete redesign on him just made me go, holy shit. Like, what the hell? It doesn't even look like the same creature at all. Hold on, let's search this up. Let's do this live. Hold on. What's the beast name? Dark. No, wait. Demon Souls 1 first boss? Yeah, the Asylum Demon. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. That's a long way. That is a long way, dude. What the fuck? I'm being real focused here because I honestly cannot believe the difference. And like again, look at the lighting. I'm only talking like this because I'm really stunned here about how that looks. What? Huh? Oh my God. Yeah, whatever. Unbelievable. This may be the time when I go back and play Demon Souls. After all these years. My God. Wow. Just wow. Amazing looking job. Again, to take someone who despises the game so much and make them say, "Hey, I'm gonna play that." That's something, man. That's good work. That is good work to me. Now, this part, okay, no, not Fortnite. Who the hell cares about that? Screw off. This right here surprised me too. The PlayStation Collection. What the hell? The PlayStation Collection is going to be something that you get just for buying the PlayStation and having PlayStation Plus unlock, or when you buy the PlayStation 5, you get access to all these high-profile AAA studio games. It's just, I don't know. It seems very reminiscent of Game Pass for Xbox, but again, this time it's PlayStation's version. You get, like, look, they're showing Days Gone, they're showing God of War, Until Dawn, Bloodborne, Uncharted 4. The list goes on. It's insane. And you get all this shit right from the get-go. I thought Sony said they weren't going to mess around with backwards compatibility, but they're doing it here. So, like, even as far as Infamous Second Son, That's wild. All for free. And now, this is the part that kind of confuses the shit out of me. It's not just PlayStation exclusive titles on here. Like, we're looking at Batman Arkham Knight right now. So what classifies as getting on that program? Very, very strange to me, man. But that's a sweet ass deal. How do you turn that down? You can't possibly say that's bad at all. And Persona 5? I missed that. What the fuck? Yo, this is like hundreds of hours alone. Oh my god, like Battlefield 1, like all this kind of stuff. Like, look, it's not just Mortal Kombat X. It's not just PlayStation exclusive. They're just there on this game. The entire collection at launch. Like, wow. You know, it's really awesome for people who are coming. My guess is Sony is trying to do this so that if people are looking to transition from the Xbox to the PlayStation, they're going to get all of the games that really made PlayStation shine throughout these years right from the start. Like, it's kind of like, hey, you know what? Like come on in, sit down and relax. And then they're serving you like cookies and tea, and you got like this amazing meal on the table. Anyway, it always comes down to food with these with these analogies. But who doesn't like food? You know what I mean? God damn! But they're just sweetening the deal, and I don't got a problem with that. Fuck, man, I like it when companies do that. That's awesome. Makes it easier for you to come play. It's like, okay, look, you go and buy an Xbox now with Game Pass, $20 extra. You get all those games too. Man, oh man. And then now it's the price reveal for the PlayStation. And this would just maybe spark up a whole bunch of conversations with some of the people I was talking to at work and such, you know? Like, does this entice you? You know? Is this going to be enough to seal the deal? PlayStation is going to be $4.99. Well, sorry. This is American prices. $5.99 here in Canada. So around like $800 with the tax. And then it's going to be like $700 or so for the digital edition. I knew it. I knew it was going to cost this much. I'm not surprised. But god damn it straight to hell. We cannot be having no 1 terabyte hard drives. We cannot. And I know it's going to happen again. And I know we're all going to have to go out and start ordering. Seagate's going to run out of stock. Seagate is not going to have enough fucking hard drives to go around. I'm telling you that right now. Because they're going to give us some measly ass 1 terabyte. Oh, but 150 gigs of it is taken up by the PlayStation's operating system and the NASA grade SSDs and all this kind of shit. Whatever. This is what's going to happen. And you're going to have 750 gigabytes to spare. Oh my god. Anything less than 2 terabytes is just a slap to the face. Let's just be real here. Don't freaking lie to me. Don't brush your teeth tonight and look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself otherwise. Please, just don't. Save yourself the goddamn pain, okay? Just accept the fact that you're going to have some extra money. You're going to have to spend at least $1,000. At least. This is Canada I'm talking about. You have to spend at least $1,000 because you're going to have to get that 4 terabyte hard drive. Because you know damn well Call of Duty Cold War itself is going to be like 200 gigs. Because if we learn anything from Modern Warfare, this game just keeps growing in size. No idea why. They add like 2 guns and you got to download 26 gigabytes. I'm not making this shit up. This game is like 170 something gigs now. It's going to hit that 200 mark. I swear to God. But yeah, man, that was the reveal of the PlayStation 5. And we got a lot of information. We got a lot of things. And November 12th for the release. God damn, man. Woo, that's so close. God damn. I don't know, man. I'm still looking on buying all the consoles eventually. But right from the get-go, it's gonna be Sony. Straight off the bat. And that's not me. That's not me playing fanboy here. I got Game Pass Ultimate, and I got my PC back up and running. So a lot of these games are coming out for the Xbox, and they're going straight on Game Pass. And if these games are being put on the PC, I'm gonna make a video about that. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything else. But I was pleasantly surprised with the PlayStation 5 showcase. I wouldn't even say pleasantly surprised. I wouldn't. No. What I seen got me going. It excited me. Some things, right? But enough about me. I want to hear what you guys have to say. All two of you. I really do. Was there anything that made you, knowing what you know now, is there anything that persuaded you to jump from one ship to the next? And if so, by all means, let me know. Oh, you like how that... Oh, man, that worked out good. Shit. Hey, I've been doing this a while now. I've been doing this for like 10 videos now. Shit. But anyways, that's going to be all for today. Until the next time, you take care. And we'll play and talk more another day. God damn it, not play the video. Shut up. Oh, wait! Fucking God of War reveal. You know what? I knew it was going to happen. But you know when it's gonna be, when it's gonna be good, so you're not really excited for it. That's how I feel about Ragnarok. Granted, I thought it was gonna be a 3-part trilogy, and Ragnarok was gonna be the last one, but apparently it's the second one around. And they changed up the logo, so the Omega sign is now in the form of like a painted, the painted world serpent. But anyway, there's nothing to really say on God of War. It's gonna be fucking great. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, all eagerly awaiting 2021. Okay, now with that said, take it easy, and we'll play and talk more another day.